Military Tribunal number 6 will come to order. The tribunal will now proceed with the arraignment of the defendants in case number 6 pending before this tribunal. The Secretary General will call the roll of the defendants. Karl Krall.
Jawohl.
Hermann Schmitz.
Jawohl.
George von Schnitzler.
Jawohl.
Fritz Gajewski.
Gajewski.
Henrik Hurlin.
Hörlein.
August von Knierim.
Von Knierim.
Fritz Termeer.
Termeer.
Christian Schneider.
Schneider.
Otto Ambros.
Ambros.
Max Bruggemann.
May it please Your Honor, the defendant Bruggemann is at present in a hospital near Dusseldorf in the British zone of occupation. Bruggemann was served with the indictment on 18 June, 1947. 2 days prior, on 16 June, Bruggemann's counsel, Dr. Clayfish, filed a letter in the nature of a motion with the Secretary General asking that the proceedings against Bruggemann be temporarily quashed or separated from the trial of the other defendants, and that Bruggemann be released from custody in the interest of his health. The prosecution answered this motion on 24 June, and there appears to be no substantial conflict between the prosecution and the defense on this matter. Both the motion and the answer agree, on the basis of the medical reports, that the defendant Bruggemann is not at present able to stand trial without serious danger to his life. The prosecution in its answer has suggested, in accordance with the procedure which the International Military Tribunal adopted in the case of Gustav Krupp von Bohlen, that an order be entered herein postponing for an indefinite time the proceedings against Bruggemann, but directing that the charges in the indictment be retained upon the docket of the military tribunals for trial thereafter if the physical and mental condition of the defendant should permit. The tribunal may, of course, wish to have a further medical examination of Bruggemann before deciding this matter. So far as the prosecution is concerned, we would have no objection to the entrance of an order severing the proceedings against Bruggemann at this time. In accordance with Dr. Clayfish's request, and on the basis of the medical reports, Bruggemann was released from the Nuremberg jail on 7 July, and as I have said, he is presently hospitalized near Dusseldorf in the British zone where he is under surveillance.
The tribunal will pass upon that matter at the conclusion of the call of the defendants. You may proceed, Mr. Secretary. Ernst Bergen.
Bürgin.
Heinrich Bütefisch.
Bütefisch.
Paul Heffliger. Max Illner.
Irgener.
Friedrich Jana.
Jene.
Hans Kühne.
Kühne.
Karl Lottenschlager. Make some observation to the court with reference to this defendant. I may say to counsel,
After the indictment in this case was filed, the prosecution learned that the defendant Burster had sustained an injury to his right shoulder, and that an operation had been performed, and that Worcester was hospitalized in consequence thereof. According to the advice of the French doctors who treated Wurster, it appeared that he could not be moved to Nuremberg, at least for several weeks. Accordingly, arrangements were made to serve the indictment on the defendant Wurster at Ludwigshafen in the French zone. And this was done by the Marshal of the Court on 20 June 1947. Thereafter, the defendant Wurster was further affected with a heart condition, which further delayed his transfer to Nuremberg.